Okay. This presentation is going to be in English. Paul Nelson wrote in English, and his French isn't that great either. So, but maybe Olivia will help me out a little bit. On doit imaginer quelqu'un qui est un peu comme ça, avec beaucoup de charisme, et elle a beaucoup plus de cheveux que moi. Et j'ai rencontré Paul Nelson il y a 50 ans. Il était premier professeur de poésie. Et il écrit 10 livres de poésie. Not 110. 10.
Oh, 10. Wow.
And he's won many prizes, and he's read here. The last time I saw him, he read here. Maybe 6 years, I don't remember how long ago it was, but he is also married to Judy Nelson, who shows here, who's been showing here since the 90s. He was, Charles Lambs would say that it's impossible to become friends with your teacher. But in fact, he has been a great friend of mine for over the years. But first, as a poet, he influenced me, and then mentor, and finally as a really great friend for 10 years. And he really has a lot of charisma, so I imported some charisma myself. So Olivia will be reading with me, and we have sort of a similar relationship because 15 years ago she showed up in my classroom, and we worked together for many years, and then at the American University of Paris, and now she just finished it. She was finishing a feature film that she wrote, directed, and acted in, along with a little help from her friends. Okay, so we're gonna alternate reading Paul Nelson's work because he couldn't be here. The strong man. The strong man, love, with fake and real weights, a chain across his chest at the heart, does his work, his act on old limber floor, stretched between ancient wagon wheels. A star under the eternal stars of carnival lights, his heart light enough, but enlarged by stress, often arrhythmic as a contemporary sonnet or lover. His act, his fond farewell to flesh. The weights will drop, and with his collapse, the floor will vanish with a crash right in front of you. So blame that old floor, the fundament, but know each lift was sacred because you touched his heart. With one more ounce, one more tear, one laugh, just by coming to see the show, to love him enough, who never asked you to applaud.
And I'm reading one that's called It's Nothing. Nothing ain't worth nothing, but it's free. Chris Christopherson. Driving by the landfill we called dump, its serene green hills and vales, with yellow candy canes pipes leaking methane as if it were nothing. Surprised, I quickly dodged the young squirrel whirling on the asphalt, hind legs, luxurious tail swishing like rags, spine severed by a car ahead. It swizzles in tight, painless circles, so the semi behind me, closer because I swerved, flattens the dervish like a gray glove. Food to be picked at by an eager raven, crow, jay, quick fox that will take the whole proof and sickened thought from my road ahead. Nothing to turn around for, to save. The truck, the cars behind, the little dancer just a rapt bit, an instant. The present is tense when not much of anything goes. I am very old, and any something is somehow Ari. Or is this just a wan fit over nothing? I drive almost daily past the ethereal landfill to Gooch's Beach, expecting the clean horizon, unless the Nova Scotia fog bank comes on like philosophy, veiling Nomina with faith or reason. I sit in the car, beached by what I can make of anything, something. Tidal Ciceres or roar obscure my whispering, maundering about nothing. The squirrel was not put to sleep by Peterbilt, perhaps to dream. Some sing soul, free at last of flesh, fluting up, lighter than methane, refuting gravity, can soul bloom in nothing? Safe on the oak, the young squirrel shivered, tail twitched, chittering about the road's further side. Relatives, acorns, a last shiver and leap of faith leaves the tree, streaks the berm, sure as anything to get beyond the bright yellow double line, the asphalt, the atheist traffic. The landfill is green or snowed in, where anything went. Hell, it was a dump. That's something. Stuff buried in strata of bulldozed soil all my lifetime, since my grasp of trash, before the white, black, plastic bags, sacking what's human. My tongue flaps, lips quiver. So many old loves, apparitions, beloved fictions, dead, each less animal now than my words can make them, buried by topsoil, grass, in composed yards with markers and engraved stones, nature resolved by an idea of nothing, the nothing that scares up this mind's kaleidoscopic, candid photographs. Peace, rest, the heartstones hum. Nothing goes unsaid. Ashes and bits of bone pour solemnly on waters that reach for the sea, as if the sea were nothing, this squirrel inscribed by words. So what's to fear? Nothing.
Well, I think the work of Paul Nelson addresses nature in with a very real eye, and he sort of mixes nature and the importance of social consciousness in his work, and these poems really sort of address that. This is called Vixen. Today, in the subdued neighborhood, just after the Fourth's horrendous explosions, garish sprays of lit chemicals, a vixen walks right up the asphalt between the lawns, flitting flags and flowers and lidded garbage and recycling bins we rolled out last night to clarify things. She looked moth-eaten, neglected, her tail ratty. Is she looking for easy pickings in broad sun, bits of snacks dropped in mindless festivity, or simply taking the shortest path to a place she only she knows? Her gait is graceful, if emaciated. She looks neither left nor right, feeling safe from gunshot or dog still in hiding from the nation's thundering hubris. As if the vixen were the stunned widow whose children were in the apartment when gods and politicians allowed a Russian rocket to atomize the premises and the kids. Kids of Kahlua in the Nixon era, morning after, collected dead mynas, doves, Sharma thrush, washed ashore that had flown way out to get away from the exhibition of dominion over nature, but lacked strength to fly back into the stunned quiet. Hands full of feathers, beaks, misty eyes, toes folded like fists. Town fathers thereafter ended the show. Where are the 3 squirrel gray kits we watched in April when she brought them out from the den along the wooded bank onto the back lawn by the river to play, compete, passed to her to nurse one more time at the teat. She weaned them, that left them when they were ready for their world, when their coats had turned fox red. The vixen will be sleek again, and soon the tail and coat expensive, ready to breed, ready for more squealing in the den in the spring. She will call a weak one, or one or two too many, depending on her sense of food in the area. A pair of weasels need an acre of mice, rats, voles, moles. Before they will breed, they compete with fox and owls. She will bite without mercy at the base of the soft head, severing the spinal cord, then drag it from the den far enough for predators to find. She has never desired hope or time, just season and some strong children who do leave. She knows her business, a transient, a beautiful male. A woman of Kiev is tired of men, the calamity of sex, and feels safe in utter despair now. Detonation sporadic, another crone set free to roam, gaping in oblivion, without the bother of time. Silly seasons, shopping hysteria, too many busy children running malls, weaning themselves by incineration, atoms, carbon drifting in the air. She doesn't care, trudging to breathe in or out. Now for a piece by Olivia.
I'll just read one short poem. Air signs. There was a child who never told his first story, so I keep writing it for him. There was a shoe that split from its pair, so now I walk barefoot. In the garden at night, the voices are loud, are abrasive. My feet crack with first words that were never once uttered. Not once. Not once, you say, with my face in your hands, as you spat, only almost. Though the spit never came, I can still feel your moistness. And the visions go on. There is spit in my eye, and the shoe as it stutters, and the body as it clings to this crevice. It was there at the sink that you said, you can try and hold on to it, but in its place, there was nothing. Even the dogs can remember how the soles of our feet, how your hands on my stomach, how the birth of my breath, how the flutter of wings, how the child never came, how it was all or nothing, how it was all for nothing. Nothing, it was nothing, just air. It was nothing, nothing, just air, just like everything else.
Okay, this is just a short one, piece of prose. Report card for the unknown child. The best school in town sends you a report card for the child you never had. It's not that you didn't try, sperm spun down in clinics, your wife charting the mild climate of her body. For a few times it worked for a while. Now it's early dark, November. The child is on her way home from school project with a friend, a neighbor. From where you stand, she appears in the rush of leaves and steady porch light, out of breath. Thank you.
Thank you.